G'day guys, it's Whipper and Mickbone here with another Off the Shelf, and we have got bangers from start to finish. And if you think any of these aren't bangers...
Well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
But moving on, Mick, what have you got for us straight away?
Starting off this week, it's all about getting your boogie on and not trying to imitate me on my Bangers and Mash DJ set, but there's still lots of bangers in these nonetheless. And I'm talking about slapping tracks that you can just get your boogie on. We're talking Persona 3 dancing and Persona 5 dancing.
The Atlas sound team just seem to knock it out of the
They
park
just know
every
how
time.
to do it every time. It's just slapping tunes.
Even the remixes on there are brilliant.
Like, there are so many good remixes on here. Like I haven't played Persona 3, but the remixes on here are sick.
Oh, the
Burn
Burn
My
My Dread.
Dread remix. Oh, dude, so good.
Absolute
Love it.
slapper.
Slap, man. I could listen to this stuff on Spotify from like start to finish, and just, you know, as I'm doing work or whatever, or have it as background music on something else. Like, it's just music you can listen to. It's not just another game soundtrack. And then of course it's got a really shitty shoehorn PSVR implementation, which, look, let's be honest, it's pretty garbage.
I can tell you right now, the VR is just a character model viewer.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all it is. It's if you have a VR and you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to dance in VR.
No, none of that. Like, if you think, oh fuck yeah, bro, gonna get myself some Makoto ass in VR, like, no, that's not it. Like, just forget it.
But one thing we do wish, Atlas, please release the stems for this, please,
Yes,
so we
stems.
can do remixes and stuff like that. Please, just let us
That'd
play.
be sick. Like, if they release stems for Persona 3, 4, and 5, just the whole soundtrack, like, I'd be in heaven. Like, immediate heaven.
Slappers for your sets.
Slappers. Anyway, moving on. What have you got for us?
While we're speaking of slappers,
Yeah.
slapping your shit silly
Yes.
in Persona 4 Arena. Now, you've probably seen us playing Arena Ultimax, which is the sort of improvement of this game with extra characters and stuff like that, and a whole new story, but this is the original. Now, this came out on Xbox 360 and PS3.
Yeah.
It comes with original soundtrack, so original arrangement, so it's like, what, 5 or 6 songs? But banger, it's made by Arc System Works and published by Atlas and P-Cube. And if you know Arc System Works for their fighting games, you know you're in for a fantastic time.
I would say this is by far one of the most underrated fighters on the PS3.
Easily.
Easily. It is brilliant. It's such a great fighter. The mechanics are great. It's fast. It's fun. Like, there's nothing to hate about it. I love it. Like, every time I play it, it's just, I enjoy it every time.
Now, there was 3 additions to the Arena. There was Arena, there was Ultimax, and then there was Ultimax Ultra Suplex Edition that had all of the DLC, everything all in the one package.
Ah, okay.
And a different cover art.
We'll point out, though, if you even consider playing the DLC characters in this game, you will get spoiled for Persona 4. So, just a fair warning, don't touch it. The
Particularly,
DLC characters.
particularly
The rest
for Ultimax as well, because there's Persona 3 characters there as well.
Yeah.
So, but this is absolute blast to play with the fighting sticks. Matter of fact, you might have caught one of our recent streams when we actually played it. Go check it out.
Go check it out.
But this is, I love this game.
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
Love it, love it, love it. Speaking of loving games and games that involve lots of punching and whacking things and just getting really up close and personal with your body and just getting really hot and sweaty and all of that, like, woo! Talking about Tekken. So we picked up a few entries of the Tekken series recently, one of them being an absolute classic, Tekken 2 on the PS1, and the condition this case is in is just gorgeous. We'll get some B-roll and show you in a minute. And then, of course, I found this recently, a steelbook of Tekken 7. So it's got a really cool steelbook here. Looks beautiful, gorgeous. All the fighters on there. Love it. It's fantastic. And even the slipcover's in pretty reasonable
Steelbook and the
condition.
slipcover. Usually slipcovers like that do not last the test of time.
Yeah.
Just the nature of slipcovers, right? Taking them off shelves and stuff like that. But it looks fine.
Yeah, it looks fine. It's brilliant. And like, I mean, I'll tell you what, it's quite fun going from the beginning of the series to the most recent entry and seeing how much has changed, because we actually played a bit of Tekken 2. And man, it's different.
It's slow.
It's slow and clunky. And look, there's a reason why Tekken 3 on the PS1 is considered the best Tekken on the PS1.
Which we're still looking for, by the way.
Still trying to find a good copy of that. But Tekken 2, look, if you love your classics and you want to play one of the Tekken games that just kind of flew under the radar a little bit, didn't get as much publicity as, say, the other games in the series, definitely go check it out. And, of course, if you love Tekken and you just want to be playing the most recent game in the series, Tekken 7. Or if you live in Japan and have the arcades, definitely.
And there's still content coming out for this game.
Yeah, like they're still pumping out content, new characters, new stages. It's awesome. Like, it's still quite active to this day. I love it, and even watching the esports is fantastic.
Oh,
love it.
I was watching some of those videos. It's
Ooh, yeah.
I know they're old, but it's goosebumps.
All right, what else have you got for us?
We're talking bangers from the PlayStation age, and I mean bangers. There's one that everybody needs to know, and that is the Metal Gear Solid HD Collection. Now, I included the originals here as well because they feature on it. So the Metal Gear Solid HD Collection is really, really good because you not only get Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, you also get Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty and Peace Walker. Now
That's
that
the big one.
Is a specific console exclusive version. It's a port, and they actually went and remastered it a bit for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, and it looks fantastic on the TV. It plays great on TV. Now, this also came out on the Vita, but you didn't get Peace Walker with it.
No, you didn't. So it was only Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, but you could actually still play Peace Walker on the Vita with the PSP version, which you could just
Good old
run
backwards
on.
compatibility.
Backwards compatibility.
But a fantastic series. You also get the original Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, the MSX versions from Japan, translated and redone with character art that actually matches the games. Because originally, they had art that more or less tried to replicate actors like Sean Connery or Jean-Claude Van Damme. This time they actually went and redid the art for it, so they're all authentic to the game.
Fantastic, love it. Now, I just want to point out as well, these are ones which I picked up recently because I just want to point out it would be an absolute sin if Whipper didn't own these yet, despite being a huge fan of the Metal Gear series. So he does in fact already own them. I've just picked them up because I didn't own
three
them.
separate copies of Metal Gear Solid 4. I have it on Platinum, I have it as a day one release, and I have it as an original release that's non-Platinum. So I now need the Japanese copies.
That's right. Alrighty, speaking of classics, and a game which is a little bit obscure for its time. Found this one in Akashi's. Cooler World.
This game is great.
It's great. It's a simple puzzle game, but it's just a game you can play, I would say, for hours, honestly. You can just sit there, roll around the ball on the different puzzles and try and collect all the fruit and all the coins and just sit there for hours. Basically, the idea of the game is you just roll a bouncy ball around on these, like, 3D...
They're like these 3D block puzzles.
3D block puzzles, and the idea is you got to get it to the finish, like block or whatever, right? And you know, the idea is you don't want to hit any obstacles along the way. You want to collect all the fruit, and you can see here from the gameplay that you can roll on different surfaces of the blocks that you're on, and to find a different route to get to the finish line. It's very weird.
It was one of the early PlayStation games that was showing off its 3D engine of its time, and it actually got you to think in 3 dimensions.
It did,
which was really cool to see in its time. And while we're talking cool, can we talk about those bonus levels with the absolute banging late 90s, early 2000s trance tracks?
Yes, they're sick. Like, those bonus level soundtracks, man, like, I was getting peak, like, techno, breakbeat, trance vibes from the late 90s, early 2000s. It was mad.
I was playing, and I'm just sitting there, I feel like a fucking fist punch in the air. It was great. I actually had that game as part of the original demo 1 disc.
It was on the demo disc, I think it was, what was it? Correct us in the comments if we're wrong, but I think it was winter releases 98?
I can't remember. Mine was called Demo 1. And I had it on a Demo 1 disc.
So I had it on 1 too, and I maybe it was on 2 of them.
It's a legendary game. It's quite hard to find these days.
Yeah.
So if you do find it and it's in good condition, get it, because it's a hidden gem of a PlayStation game.
Oh yeah, like that one cost me about $70. Like, it was a bit steep, but
This Cashies unfortunately knew what they had.
Yeah, they knew what they had. All right, what else have you got?
Well, we're talking hidden gems. Now, if you don't think this is a hidden gem, personally, I think you're wrong. But I know there's some people within Australia and from a certain publication out there that would agree with me. Shane Warne's Cricket 99. Now, this would have been known globally everywhere else as Brian Lara's Cricket 99, but here in Australia, we had Shane Warne Cricket 99. You had all the Australian players in a good team back then. You got Shane Warne Ponting when he was a rookie. You got Gilchrist.
All the classics.
All the classics in there. But you don't get Richie Bano because they couldn't get the licensing agreement from Cricket Australia. But this is...
It's a decent cricket game.
It's an old cricket game. It looks terrible. It looks cheap. But it's absolute blast of fun. And when I picked it up, I posted on Twitter about it. And I had so many people going, oh my God, I completely forgot about that game, but I loved it.
It's a classic. A simple game, nothing, that blows your expectations. It's exactly what it says it is.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
There's no...
It's simple. It's
There's
fun.
no fancy online systems.
It's before the day of online.
It's just you could set up a quick little friendly match, a couple of innings. You can set yourself up a one-dayer. You could even do a test match series if you wanted to.
Very long.
So that Ashes series that never went quite well for Australia. Well, you can change history.
You can change history.
But this was only $10.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what?
Steal.
$10. I will take it.
Easy. What a banger.
Next.
Alrighty.
What else have you got?
Speaking of more PS1, we've got a lot of retro this week, which is really good. A lot of PS1.
If we didn't have retro, could we call ourselves two retro bits?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Now this one got a remake recently on the PS4, and look, personally, I didn't mind the remake, but I prefer the original, and the original holds a very special place close to me, because I used to rent it from the video store a lot back in the day as a kid. Talking about MediEvil. Classic.
Confession about this game. When I was a kid, and I mean a little tyke, around about 5 years old, the sounds of this game actually used to scare me.
I didn't know it was bitch o'clock.
Wow.
Fucking
Thanks.
hell.
It was just something about the audio back then. It was just, fucking triggering. Also, my brothers would play pranks on me when I was brave enough to sit down and try to play the game myself.
To be fair, I used to get
They
scared.
would get behind the lounge and fucking grab me from behind. And
To be fair, I used to get scared by this video game from the Magic School Bus back in the day, so,
Wow, didn't realise it was bitch o'clock.
Well, well, well. How the turntables...
Hey, shut up. But yeah, this game, just a classic action platformer for the PS1, and it did spawn a sequel as well, MediEvil 2. But follow the recently resurrected Sir Daniel Fortescue, and you've got to take down the evil wizard, Garrick, I think his name is. And basically you travel through all these different levels throughout this big-looking graveyard sort of thing, I think. It's been a while since I played it.
From what I can understand,
You start in the graveyard.
You start in the graveyard, but you're going through the town.
You go through the town,
and you're trying to liberate the townspeople because this evil wizard's come back and has converted everybody into ghouls and zombies.
Yeah, and zombies and all that shit. Yeah, but one thing I loved about this game were the weapons. Yes. The weapons were fun. And later on in the game, you can get some pretty crazy stuff like lightning bolts. And I know in the second game in the series, you can get like a Gatling gun. It's pretty wild. But one thing I loved you can get early on in the game is the crossbow.
Yes.
Yeah, the crossbow was really fun. Closest thing to a gun you could get early on in the game. But it just felt so much more satisfying. Shooting zombies down rather than swinging your big ass sword around and all that. And the boss battles were fun as well. They didn't quite hold your hand, but they kept you on your toes.
It has
really
some
good.
decent humour in it too.
Yeah, the humor was a little bit. Yeah, it was alright.
It was alright for its time.
Late 90s for its time. Like, what year did this come out? Does it say here?
I
think it was 98.
Oh,
98, there we go. Also, this wasn't one of the demo discs as well.
Yes,
back
it
in
was.
the day. You played the first 2 levels.
That was one of the others I had on my demo disc.
Yes, me too. So, good to finally have the full game in all of its comic horror fashion. Yes.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with having a G8 Plus or PG game. There's nothing wrong
with that. And look, it's DualShock compatible as well.
Although, if you can't find a copy of this, there is the remastered version.
Yes, there is a remastered version on PS4, which I think you can get for like $20 these days, $20-30. Like, it's pretty cheap. I mean, I paid probably about $50 for this, I think, but you can see from the B-roll, like, the condition of the case is just flawless. It's beautiful, fantastic.
Now, I'm going to end here with this is a collection. These are bangers, and personally, I think anyone should give these games a try, because if they enjoy sort of like crime drama stories, they're gonna love this. And that is the Yakuza series. I've got Yakuza 0, Yakuza 6, and the Remastered Collection, which contains 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, that's a few bits of Yakuza right there.
Fair bit there. And it's very different from GTA. Have you ever tried it?
Honestly, I've played a little bit of Like a Dragon, but I know it's nothing like the originals, so I've not played the originals at all.
Well, for those of you that have no idea what Yakuza is about, here's a short little video to show you what it's all about. Now, if that didn't answer your question, did it answer any of yours?
Nah.
Okay, to get into it simply, the Yakuza series follows basically the story of Kiryu. He's practically the main character, although Yakuza 0 also allows you to play as Goro Majima, two of the greatest characters. And basically, rather than it being like GTA where you're just dumped in the world and you're allowed to go free-for-all, it keeps the worlds very small. It keeps them within certain areas, so you spend most of your time in a place called Kamurocho. And it just follows the story of this Yakuza crime drama, but there's different things happening as well. There's little sub-stories. The actual story, the main story, is really serious. It's gritty. There's twists. There were moments where it shocked me, where my mouth just dropped. But then there's these sub-stories that are crazy. They're hilarious. They're weird. You can go to karaoke. You can go dancing. You can go to Sega arcades and play Outrun.
Now that was the cool thing I liked.
Or Space Harrier.
Yeah, you can play the classic Sega games.
You can play crane games. Yeah. You can go. You can go to these cat fight clubs. You can run a cabaret club. You run a real estate agency. It just gets
wackier
insane.
and wackier.
And then as the series goes on, they went and added new things, and I'm now playing Kiwami 1, and it's great. I've just finished Yakuza 0, and I really think, I know everybody says, no, you need to play in release order. No, I recommend playing in chronological for this one.
Okay.
Really do recommend it. Now, Yakuza 6 is focused more on a serious story. I haven't had a chance to get to it. And then there's the Remastered Collection. I'm not up to that yet, so I have no comments about it. But
now, Remastered Collection is 3, 4, and 5.
That's correct.
Yes.
So at the moment, the way it goes is it goes 0,
yep,
and then Kiwami 1 and 2, because they are remakes of Yakuza 1 and 2 from the PlayStation 2.
That's right.
Then you've got 3, 4, 5. Then there's Yakuza 6 on the PS4.
Yep.
And then there's Yakuza 7 Like a Dragon,
which is on PS4 and PS5.
Now, as well, if you don't have a PlayStation, many of these games are now available on Xbox
yep,
and PC Game Pass.
Yeah, it's pretty great, honestly. Like, they're all accessible, which is fantastic.
So definitely worth a try if you're looking for another story, a bit more of a serious crime story that's a bit different from GTA.
Definitely worth it.
Because that's one set way people describe it. They go, it's like GTA, but it's not. It's not.
Nah. Oh man, what a week.
What a week indeed.
So many bangers this week. I mean, they're all going to go back into the backlog for me and probably never get touched for another 6 months. But I'm excited to get stuck into them. I know Tekken 7 especially. I've been playing a little bit of that on the side. It's a lot of fun.
Look, where possible, we may even start streaming these games here on YouTube here on Fridays. We'll pick one from the pile and go, you know what, let's stream it.
Check it out.
Yeah, come check it out.
What do you think of that, guys? If you guys want us to see us stream some of the games we check out here on Off the Shelf every week on Fridays at 8 p.m, let us know in the comments below. If you're into that, definitely let us know which one from the games we've shown you this week that we should stream, and we'll put them all together and see which one wins.
Yes. Just remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss whenever we upload a video or a stream when something's coming up.
Yep.
You don't miss that notification.
Don't want to miss it.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.
See ya.
Catch ya.